The story of Hubert's isn't just the story of the oldest bar in Portland. It's also the story of the American dream. It's a story about immigrants finding a home in this country. And it's the story of turkeys.
The bar that became Hubert's was founded in downtown Portland in 1879. It was soon bought by Frank Hubert, who changed the name. Eventually, the bar moved from the small location at the corner of First and Morrison to its present location inside the Oregon Pioneer Building in 1910.
In 1891, Hubert hired a young Chinese immigrant named Wang Feng Louis, commonly known as Jim Louis. Jim has an amazing story.
Great old Jim, when he first came over, didn't speak the language, really didn't have any marketable skills, but God smiled upon him and he got a job in a bakery with a French woman, owned by a French woman. Anyway, he was originally hired just to do cleanup, wash the pots and pans and sweep the floors and so forth. Anyway, she taught Jim how to bake, and so that was the start of his culinary career. And eventually Mr. Huber met Jim and wanted him to start working at his restaurant or his bar.
In those days, if you bought beer, wine, or whiskey, you were also given free food. Hubert decided to give away turkey sandwiches, so Jim's primary job was roasting and carving turkeys. Jim once said that he had roasted and carved over 50,000 turkeys.
When Hubert passed away in 1911, Jim became the bar's manager and steered the transition of it from saloon to restaurant during Prohibition, though Jim still served booze in teacups and it operated as a speakeasy.
Jim's family eventually purchased the old saloon, and it's still run by them today. While known for its class and elegance, and for the turkey of course, they're also really well known for their Spanish coffees.
We rim the glass with lime and then sugar, and then we put in a generous amount of 151, and then a more generous amount of Kahlua.
Sounds like a drink anyone can make, right? Well, not the way Hubert's does it. After rimming the glass with sugar, they start this elaborate pour with Bacardi 151. Next, they ignite the rum to melt the sugar. Now, they pour the Kahlua. Finally, they top off the drink with coffee and then cream to create a half-century-old tradition. Easy. Anybody can do it, right?
They do this from the moment they open to the moment they close. All day. The bar section of the restaurant is the original that was created in 1910, when they moved from the previous location, and it's easy to see why it was considered one of the most elegant of its day. It's easy to imagine the elite of the city coming here for drinks and a turkey sandwich.
If you're in the area, you owe it to yourself to give Hubert's a try. Stroll around and look at the history of Portland they have up on the walls. Have a turkey sandwich and, of course, ask the bartender to make you just one more Spanish coffee.